LeBron James, as great as he is, as gifted as he is, was not born with a clutch gene.
Very upset.
Very upset.
Yes.
Did he lose a lot of fans, you think?
Oh, yeah, he did. And they buy shoes, too.
Hong Kong protesters are holding signs of him hugging Chinese money. A Cleveland fan just set himself on fire burning his jersey. Skip Bayless has tweeted about him over 10,000 times, mostly hate. A United States senator accused him of parroting communist propaganda.
I conclude with why I again feel very sorry for LeBron James.
Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr. They called it leadership. Kobe had Colorado. They called it Mamba mentality. But LeBron James? He became the most hated athlete in American history for choosing where to work. Over $500 million in NBA salary earned. First player to hit 40,000 points. And millions of people who wake up every day praying he fails. This is the story the media won't tell you straight.
And in this video, we're going to speak about LeBron James and how he's a fake person. He's very fake, LeBron James. And he always tries to act a certain way, right? Or he talks a certain way and then acts a different way. This is LeBron James. Very fake.
July 8th, 2010, 9:27 p.m. Eastern.
LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. Those 9 words didn't just change the NBA, they created the most hated athlete in American sports history. This destroyed LeBron's image. Don Ohlmeyer later admitted, 60% of viewers felt the decision permanently damaged his image. Think about that, permanently. Not temporarily upset, not disappointed, permanently damaged. Within hours of the decision, the streets of Cleveland looked like a war zone. Jerseys burning everywhere, fans crying in bars, men throwing rocks at his 10-story billboard. The "We are all witnesses" sign that once celebrated him became a monument to betrayal.
Oh! Oh!
Hey, what I told you.
But nothing compared to what Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert did next. He didn't just write an angry letter, he wrote it in Comic Sans, the font of 4th graders, and posted it on the team website. This shocking act of disloyalty from our home-grown chosen one. I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one. He called LeBron a coward, a betrayer, said he cursed the entire city. And then came Skip Bayless, the man who turned hating LeBron into a full-time job.
And his time to live up to being a back-to-back MVP and the most talented player this game has ever seen. And this time, he wasn't even LeBron James. He was Alfred James. This was just pathetic. I mean, come on. I was rooting for Miami, and I wanted another commercial where LeBron says, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a clutch gene, because he doesn't have any clutch gene. We saw it. It was the all-time pathetic performance. He scores 2 late points on a...
I have said exactly what Michael said, sitting here about 15 times over the last year.
2011 Finals, Game 4. LeBron scores 8 points. Skip tweets, LeBron choked again. Not clutch, never will be. 2014 Finals. LeBron cramps up when the AC breaks. The man is literally unable to walk. Skip's response? LeBron lives and works in Miami, Florida, and plays in a notoriously hot arena. Good for Spo making no excuse. He called him Le Cramp. Said Jordan would have played through it. When Dante Stallworth, a former NFL player, tweeted, "Any person seriously saying LeBron should have played through full leg cramps BC Jordan played with flu has never been an athlete ever." Skip doubled down. On First Take, he said, and I quote, "LeBron lacks the clutch gene. He lacks the killer instinct. He lacks what Michael Jordan had."
LeBron James, as great as he is, as gifted as he is, was not born with a clutch gene. I am sorry to say it, but it proved me right once again.
This is a man with 5 finals buzzer beaters, second all-time in clutch points with 2,439. But Skip has made a career out of this narrative. 2022, Skip tweets, LeBron James, in year 19, is still in the game, trailing by 22 with 5:08 left, to stat pad with easy garbage time buckets as he chases Kareem's all-time scoring record. The man is chasing history, and Skip frames it as stat padding. But here's the part that makes my blood boil: the double standard. When Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City for Golden State, where was the Comic Sans letter from the owner? When Kawhi Leonard forced his way out of San Antonio, did Pop write a manifesto? Number. But LeBron? He became the first athlete whose free agency decision was treated like a war crime.
I can tell you this, if he retires at the end of this year, there's going to be a lot of who lose a lot of money. Because there's no more LeBron James to talk bad about, and you won't be in the algorithm. You better hope he plays for the next 5 to 7 so you can feed your kids.
Chris Broussard said it perfectly. The way LeBron James decided to go about his decision made people think he was arrogant. That and the fact he was leaving his hometown made many people turn on him. But wait, since when is controlling your own career arrogant? Since when is a black man choosing his own destiny a betrayal? Academic studies have pointed out what those jersey burnings really were. White fans burning the symbol of a black man's success using fire, the Ku Klux Klan's favorite tool of intimidation, to express their rage that he wouldn't stay and play for them. As one researcher put it, burning the jersey is a way to say, if you had a flag, I'd burn that, but you really don't, as this flag is ours, and it will never include you.
It's just another chapter in sports history that leaves a sting. The difficult part for Cavs fans is that he left $30 million on the table to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. For a man who knows our sports history and has repeated it throughout his career with the Cavaliers, tonight's interview, it seemed like he was a bit oblivious to his own hometown, saying that he was hopeful that his true Cleveland fans would follow him to Miami.
And then came the moment haters had been waiting for. 2011 NBA Finals, Dallas versus Miami, Game 4, the most important game of LeBron's life. He scores 8 points. 8. Jason Terry, a role player, outscores him. J.J. Barea, who's 5 feet 10 inches, is guarding him effectively. Eddie House, his own teammate, later revealed that first year in Miami, he took on a different persona. It was serious business, and everybody hates me. It didn't look like he was having fun at times.
What happened in the Mavs series?
We got outplayed and we got outcoached. Like, obviously, LeBron struggled. Players struggled. And what sucked about it is because of everything that was talked about. But at the end of the day, me as a leader,
right,
Spo as a head coach, we got to do a better job to make sure that he's not struggling. But that little J.J. Barea, nobody give him credit. J.J. Barea was the one who changed this. We didn't have no answer for him. And so we were more talented, but they were a better team.
David Fizdale, Heat assistant coach. That year was so hard on him because of the decision and all the backlash. The press never let it up. It was a good story, and negative stories always play well. 3 days after losing the finals, ESPN published an article titled, "Does LeBron James Need a Sports Psychologist?" The internet exploded. Le Fraud, Le Choke, the frozen one. Skip Bayless called it the worst choke by a superstar in NBA history.
LeBron can be the weakest mentally superstar I've ever witnessed.
His only argument is longevity.
Fast forward to 2019. LeBron had rebuilt his image, won championships, spoke out on social issues. More than an athlete was his motto. Then Daryl Morey tweeted support for Hong Kong protesters, and LeBron said this.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So I don't believe, I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand.
I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he wasn't educated. The man who preaches more than an athlete was telling someone to shut up about human rights? He continued, So many people could have been harmed not only financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Senator Josh Hawley's response was brutal. This statement is unbelievable. Newsflash. People are being harmed, shot, beaten, gassed right now in Hong Kong by China, by the Communist Party. The NBA is so eager to appease.
See what's going on, and then to come back just in time to hear LeBron say that people who take the side of democracy aren't informed about the facts. I mean, has LeBron been to Hong Kong? I mean, does he know the facts? Do any of these NBA players who are out against Hong Kong, do they know the facts of what's going on? I mean, it's really striking. Here's my message to the NBA. Don't become part of Beijing's communist propaganda machine. Show some independence.
Hong Kong protesters made signs showing LeBron hugging Chinese money. One protester told reporters, "Please remember, all NBA players, what you said before, Black Lives Matter. Hong Kong lives also matter." The hypocrisy was staggering. The man who wore "I Can't Breathe" shirts was now telling others to stay quiet about oppression when money was involved. But here's what's truly insane. Even when LeBron does something incredible, it gets twisted. 2016, he brings Cleveland its first championship in 52 years, comes back from 3-1 down against a 73-win Warriors team. Skip's reaction: the Warriors choked. 2020, wins a championship for the Lakers in the bubble after Kobe's death. The narrative: Mickey Mouse championship doesn't count. 2023, becomes the all-time leading scorer, passing Kareem. Skip tweets, "Congrats to LeBron, but Jordan did it better with fewer shots." Everything he does gets minimized. Everything he achieves gets asterisked. Meanwhile, let's talk about what other superstars get away with. Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in practice, destroyed teammates psychologically, massive gambling problems. The media? Killer instinct? Kobe Bryant, Colorado incident, ran Shaq out of town, demanded trades. The media? Mamba mentality. Larry Bird literally told opponents what he was going to do to embarrass them. The media? Psychological warfare. But LeBron passes instead of shooting. Not clutch. Takes a rest. Load management. Speaks his mind. Shut up and dribble. Here's what previous generations never dealt with. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, 24/7 criticism. When Jordan went 1-9 in the playoffs before Pippen arrived, there was no Twitter to roast him. When he shot 5 for 19 in the crucial Game 6 of the 1996 Finals, no Instagram to meme him. But LeBron, when he missed that dunk in the 2017 ECF, there was a GIF on Twitter within 5 minutes. It was trending worldwide. Snapchat had a story about it. One study found that negative LeBron content gets 3 times more engagement than positive content. Hate literally pays. Skip Bayless has 3.5 million followers largely because of LeBron hate. His most viral tweets? All LeBron criticism. The ecosystem rewards hating this man. So let's get to the real reason LeBron gets more hate than any NBA player. He didn't follow the script. He was supposed to be grateful, supposed to stay in Cleveland forever. Supposed to be Jordan, but not too much like Jordan. Supposed to speak out, but not when it costs money. Supposed to be great, but not remind us he's great. He formed super teams. So did Bill Russell's Celtics with 8 Hall of Famers. So did Magic's Lakers. So did Jordan's Bulls by the second three-peat. He left Cleveland. Jordan retired twice in his prime. Kobe demanded a trade. Kareem forced his way out of Milwaukee. He's not clutch. He has more playoff game winners than Jordan and Kobe combined. The difference? LeBron did it all while being told he couldn't. Did it all while being compared to a ghost. Did it all in the social media age where every mistake becomes eternal. You want to know the uncomfortable truth? LeBron James gets more hate than any NBA player because he's a black man who refused to know his place, who took control of his career, who spoke his mind, who didn't apologize for his greatness. And most importantly, who proved all his haters wrong. Cleveland got their championship after he came back on his terms. Miami got their championships. The Lakers got theirs. Every single team he betrayed got what they wanted. But the hate never stopped because it was never about basketball. LeBron James has been hated for being too passive and too aggressive, for leaving Cleveland and for coming back, for speaking out and for staying quiet, for being too much like Jordan and not enough like Jordan. No athlete in history has been held to more impossible standards. No athlete has had their greatness more scrutinized, minimized, and criticized. And yet, at 39 years old, he's still the best player on the court most nights. Still breaking records, still making his haters watch him succeed. That's not just greatness, that's revenge. 4 rings, 4 MVPs, all-time scoring leader, and millions of haters who have to live with one undeniable fact. They spent their whole lives rooting against greatness, and greatness won anyway. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. What's your take? Drop it below. And subscribe because we're just getting started.